That's why they killing us with the chemtrails. That's why they killing us with the foods. That's why they killing us with the neurotoxins. That's why they calcifying our pineal gland through fluoride. That's why our toothpaste is calcifying our pineal glands. That's the reason why we eating all types of food that's rotting the enamel on our teeth. That's hiding the melanated clusters. That's the reason why everything is a neurotoxins, for they can actually decalcify and kill the actual melanin clusters that's called the 12 cranial nerves. That's the reason why they give us food, because most of the serotonin, which come from melatonin, is produced in the gut. Everywhere you go, we are being destroyed on every level of playing. You ain't never asked yourself why? You never ever sat back and asked yourself why. Why is my food toxic? Why have I been taught that flesh is food when flesh is the dead corpus of animals? Why have I been taught that H2O is actually water when it's not water, but the real water is H3O2, which come from my fruit? Why have I been taught that fruit is the side dish, vegetables is the side dish, but I have to have large amount of proteins and grains and beans and shit and on my food that's going to actually break down my molecular structure and yield all type of acids, which is going to bring a mucosal response? Why have I been taught that television is good? Why I've been taught to sit in front of computers all day? Why do my children know every damn song on the radio but can't even name a body part or a bonus in their body? Why is our daughters twerking and shaking their ass and shit and don't even know the beginning of ritualistic spirituality? Why can we name every song and every rapper, but you can't even tell me the name of 4 crystals which is going to help levitate the magnetites that's already within inside of your body? Why are we not praying and meditating? Why are we all in clubs and drinking and smoking and killing our bodies, living a life of toxicity? Why when I go outside I gotta look at chemtrails? Water is tainted, sugar is in everything, salt is in everything. They even got damn robotic chicken nuggets now with Bill Gates and McDonald's. Y'all haven't been seeing what's going on? Why is that? You have to ask yourself why. Why is that? Why is everything made to keep you asleep, and why is everything made to drug you and to kill you? Why are they going after your reproductive organs? Why is there a damn birthing clinic where they do abortions and shit at every corner? And then not only at every corner in a 2-mile or 2-block radius, you have a liquor store or a tobacco store. Then not only that, it's something that's going to take your money for hair weave. They're trying to make you believe that you are everybody but who you are. Look, who are you before they told you who you are? Who are you before they told you who you are? We just let these people tell us who we are. We just let these people give us our own status. They give us our own blood pressure monitor. They give us our own sugar monitor. You're pre-diabetic. How about that I'm made of fucking sugar? That's why we more diabetic than anybody on planet Earth, because sugar is melanin. Melanin is carbon. It's called carbon chain constituents. Of course I'm going to have more sugar in my blood than you have in your blood, because I'm made of nothing but sugar. Or you got high blood pressure is the number one amongst African Americans. How about that I produce more adrenochrome than you? Because I'm naturally in a state of fight or flight, because we ain't supposed to fucking be here. So of course my blood pressure is going to be high. Then you start looking at the stats and you start looking at how we are actually put up against 40-year-old Caucasian men when we go to the hospitals and when we go to the doctors, and you wonder why we twice as sick. Because we need to create our own charts. We need to create our own hospitals. We need to create our own education systems. We have to create our own, because we are biologically, biochemically different. That's all. We are different. And we can't no longer be treated like we're a 40-year-old Caucasian white man. We can't, because we totally different. And that's the reason why we dying. That's the reason why the medicine is not working. That's the reason why the pharmaceutical companies are killing us left and right. That's the reason why we are dying, y'all, because we are being treated like we are Neanderthals, and we are not. You are not a Neanderthal. You don't come from a Neanderthal. You don't have no chromosomes that share any chromosomes with a Neanderthal. You don't come from rhesus monkeys. You don't come from canine blood. You don't come from werewolves. None of that. You don't come from that. You come from the cosmos. Your melanin proves it. And I ain't even talking about your skin. I ain't even talking about the melanin that's in your skin. I'm not even talking about the melanin sites in your skin. I'm talking about the melanin that's deep within inside the coil of your 9 DNA series. Hey, but you don't want to talk.
Why bodybuilding isn't
But we know
healthy.
truly bodybuilding
it isn't healthy. And I want you to elaborate on that. What's bad about bodybuilding? For people, you know, the guys and goddesses that want to build a lot of muscle and just pack on a lot of muscle, why is it unhealthy to have a lot of muscle?
The first thing is you're building up a lot of lactic acid when you're doing all of that rigorous working out. You know, calisthenics is a good workout. You're using your own body weight, and you're doing things that's going to keep stretching the body, and you're going to keep, you know, building natural muscle. When you get into bodybuilding and weightlifting, for one, you're building a lot of lactic acid, which is going to burn you. It's very acidic. For two, you're lifting weights and you're packing on a lot of muscles. And by doing that, you need a lot of protein. We know that protein is very, very bad for the black community. We don't need protein. We need something called simple amino acid structures. On top of that, this mass is very, very heavy. So technically, bodybuilders are 3 times overweight.
Wow.
You see that? And that's why you see bodybuilders having heart attacks. And then they feel that they can eat anything they want and just stay in the gym all day, which is going to take your total life from you to build this body. And then the moment, and this is how you know that this stuff is built off of false analysis, because the moment that they stop working out, all of that muscle turn into what? Fat. Right? They get fat and flabby.
And most bodybuilders are people who have a lot of muscle. They look good, right? But their energy, their psyche, their mind, it doesn't really seem attractive. They have no vitality around them. They have nothing special going on with their mind. You know?
Because it's a spirit in that. It's a spirit in working out. You know, you're dealing with low thought form frequencies when you're dealing with that. Notice you're in the mirror all day. You flexing all day. Like that's a whole spirit. You literally in the seat of ego at this point. And then, but you have to compensate. Remember, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So when you get older, in the moment that you lose that spirit, your body be destroyed and your kidneys are destroyed from it. There's so many bodybuilders that's coming to us now with heart disease and kidney failure because these high keto or these high protein diets, which is killing the kidneys and killing the liver, or they have cardiovascular disease and issues because they're messing up the heart because they're packing all these tissues and all these pounds on. Plus, they living in an acidic lifestyle because they're building up so much lactic acid. Now, the question is, you got to ask, how did the gorilla get all of those muscles, and why is the gorilla the strongest, mammal technically in the jungles, and it don't eat no high protein diets, it don't eat no meat or none of that. These things are literally, and I'm not talking about your hybrid gorillas who they forced to the top of the mountains. I'm talking about your low plane gorillas. When you study them, they're naturally frugivores. They might eat bamboo shoots and a little bit of grass here and there. But if you study their diets is 96% fruits. Where did they get all of their muscle from? That's the question that these bodybuilders need to be asking.
Wow. Yeah, a lot of bodybuilders, a lot of people who want to build on muscle, the first thing they think is like, oh man, I can't go vegan, I can't go alkaline, I can't go plant-based, you're not getting enough protein. And it's just like the psychological misconception of why like they don't understand going vegan. You can still gain muscle. You got the nuts. You know, what are some foods that can gain you that muscle?
Like you said, you do have the amino acid nut kingdom. Be careful with the nuts, though, because these are phytic acid. So you got to make sure that you sprout these nuts. That way you won't eat all the phytic and nitric acid that's in them. You also got avocados, which is fatty acids that'll help you build up that muscle. Man, you got so many things. You got your sprouts, you got your legume family, you got your quinoa, which is the seeds, and most of these things I'm talking about is a fruit. The reproductive system of a plant is a fruit. When you talk about beans, that's the reproductive system of a plant. It's called a plant embryo, you know? So that's the that's a fruit. When you talk about legumes, or you talk about, chickpeas, which is a legume, or you talk about quinoa, which is a legume. You talk about lentils, which is a legume. These are the seeded part of the plant. That's a fruit. So anything that when you talk about avocado that builds up fatty acids, or coconut flesh, which has high yields of arginine in it, which builds up fatty acids, all these things are talking about fruits. So fruits build muscle. We just haven't been educated on how to do it properly. And that's the reason why we need to build our own health, financial, and history institutes, or her story institutes, where we can really bring the proper education to our children and to our people, where we can be like put on a direct path to greatness and liberation. Man.
So let's go on to another level.